Welcome to the Spiritual Life Management Podcast, where we help you bring balance in your life and live to your fullest potential. With your host, Gretchen Smith. Hey, welcome to another episode of Spiritual Life Management Podcast. This is Gretchen Smith, your host, and happy holidays, y'all. Yes, as I am recording this, we are about 1 week away from Christmas. And I just thought I want to put together a real impromptu episode of the Spiritual Life Management Podcast to go over the importance of self-care during the holidays. It is the season and it's all merry and bright. Or is it? The holiday season can be so stressful for many, many people. There's so much to do, places to go, foods to eat, people to see, and then on the flip side, for some, they can't spend time with family or loved ones or partake in festivities for so many different reasons. And that too is very stressful. It's a season to pause and take time out for self-care no matter the situation. So let's talk about some of the things that we can do to make it through the holidays as healthy, happy, and vibrant as absolutely possible. I want to start out and talk about all the yummy, yummy foods that we all look forward to during the holiday season. You know, the sweets, the cakes, the cookies, and the rich foods too. It's not always all about the sweets. It can be ham, turkey, different types of foods, the cheese, the alcohol, you name it. If we're going to really look after ourselves and have the best holiday season possible, the best mental health possible, really take time to pay attention to your diets and eat in moderation. I'm definitely not going to tell you to stop eating some of those foods that we just absolutely savor during the holidays, but I will say that it's important to eat in moderation. If we want to be full of energy, if we want to remain calm and at peace and just really enjoying ourselves, food and diet has so much to do with this. If we overindulge in sweets, we can go really high up on a sugar spike and then come crashing right down. And, you know, rich foods and other foods that we don't normally eat can do the same thing to our body. I'm sure we all just made it through the Thanksgiving season, and half of us probably ended up on the couch with our bellies really full and needing to go take a nap after we ate. So yes, it's the foods that we're not used to. It's the overindulgence in those foods. So pay really close attention to what you're consuming and how much you're consuming. I also think it's really important that we pay close attention to our caffeine intake. You know, during the holiday season, we are so busy. We are shopping and we're wrapping gifts and we're trying to find gifts for people. We're making them perhaps. We're going to plays, concerts. We're decorating. We're doing all of the stuff that we don't typically do throughout the year in a really condensed time period. It can be very taxing on our body. We could be doing or putting in long hours at work to get everything finalized up before we take a holiday. And we may be burning at both ends, getting stuff done in the household, getting stuff done outside of work, and like I said, going to all these extra events. So caffeine is something that is often typically just consumed a little bit more so than we normally do, just to keep us going, or so that's what we think, right? To keep us going during the holiday season. However, it can really mess up our sleep cycle, and our sleep cycle is so important. It is so important when it comes to self-care. So we want to really be cautious of how much caffeine we're consuming. In addition to that, if there's anyone out there that has any type of health issues with inflammation or, anything along those lines, caffeine is actually an inflammatory. So we want to keep those consumptions of caffeine down to a minimum, if at all possible, because we want to get through this holiday on a high. Now, the next item I want to talk about is alcohol and alcohol consumption. Yes, it seems like it's, the time of year where we may have a few extra drinks. We're going to some cocktail parties, holiday parties. We're having nice meals together with people. Or maybe we think we want to just have an extra glass or two of wine to calm down, relax, and really enjoy the season. A lot of people don't realize that alcohol is actually a stimulant. So yes, it may relax you at the time. However, you may go to bed and not sleep very well that night because it is actually a stimulant. And there are many other reasons to watch our alcohol consumption, but that's one that I'm just going to focus on for the time being because it is so important, again, to get our sleep, be well rested, to feel well. So we definitely don't want to overindulge and have a hangover. But so just check your alcohol consumption and make sure that you are doing it at a moderate pace or a minimum, if at all possible. All right, so I hit on sleep. Sleep is so important when it comes to self-care. When we don't get enough sleep, our bodies do not function properly, and it's very taxing on our whole body, all of our systems. So ensure that you're trying to keep the regular sleep cycle that you typically do, and maybe even a little bit more so because we are doing so many things during this time period. So pay close attention to your sleep cycles. Now, during the holiday season, it's a time where we love to gather with others that we haven't seen, our family, our friends, and those that just are so near and dear to our heart. And we're also surrounded by just countless other people at these holiday programs, the concerts, the parades, even out shopping. And for most, that enough is a little bit stressful. We're waiting on long lines and we're being surrounded by so many individuals for quite a long time. So it's really, really important to hone in on your energy and protect your energy as much as absolutely possible during this time. Of course, if you are spending time with loved ones or relatives, that can also be a time where it's really important to protect our energy as well. For some, going back home and spending time with loved ones can be a trigger. There are many things that take place during our childhood and with our family members that tend to really just tax our system. First of all, one of the things that you can do is just be prepared. Be prepared for things that may come up from your childhood or from being around people that you were raised around or spending time with loved ones. Second of all, ensure that you are, like I said, protecting your energy. Now, one way that you can do that is by using the bubble of light. I've spoken about this in other podcasts. And basically what it is just visualizing a protection of light coming down from the heavens, if you will, and just going all the way around you like a globe of white light, protecting your energy. You can call in your angels and you can ask them to take this globe of white light and protect you from anything that is negative, anything that is not of pure love and light, and to help protect your energy. If that doesn't sound like something that you're comfortable with doing, then I always recommend that you take time during your interactions with your family and your loved ones to just simply excuse yourself and take a break. Maybe step outside to get grounded again, or remove yourself from the crowd for just a few minutes and get recentered and grounded. I also really love using stones for protection. When I mean stones, I'm talking about different crystals and so on. So some of my favorite crystals for protection are hematite. That's my absolute favorite. I have some hematite bracelets that I wear quite often, and they really work just amazingly well. In addition to that, there's smoky quartz, there's black tourmaline, there's black obsidian, there's moss agate. Petrified wood, believe it or not, works quite well. Bloodstone, jet, red jasper, and I think I already said black tourmaline. Those are some of the top stones that I like, or top crystals and petrified wood that I really think are amazing when it comes to grounding. If you're an empath, you will definitely want to do some type of grounding and protection. There's absolutely no question about it. In addition to that, for anybody listening, it's going to be really important that we do cord cutting as well. And when we're done with our parties and our meetings and festivities And that way we just cut any cords to anyone that we've encountered. And we're just keeping us really pure and clean as a vessel. Now, I also like to do saging. Saging, I'm a huge fan of. And even if it's just me coming back in from some place that I've maybe had a negative experience or I've been around a lot of people, I will sage my house and, of course, let that work on me as well. But I really, really love a lavender and sage smudge spray. It is amazing. It's in a little spray bottle. I use this all the time. It's by Juniper Mist. And by the way, you can go to my website, which is GretchenSmithCoaching.com, and go to products. And I believe I have this listed here. I absolutely love the smell of this stuff. It's called Lavender and Sage Smudge Spray by Juniper Mist. I like to just spray it because I like the smell, but it's very, very cleansing. And that would be the purpose of using this in these circumstances. You can use this to spray in your home after you've had guests as well. You can spray it on yourself if you just want to cleanse yourself of any energies that you've encountered. So anyhow, I really recommend that. Now, when time gets really, really busy, when our schedules really tend to fill up and it gets crazy hectic, one of the last things we tend to do is keep really organized. And that's going to be essential during this time period, just to help you keep peace, have a clear head, and stay grounded. So make sure that you are using your calendars or whatever scheduling device that you have, writing lists of things that you need to do, which I call a brain dump. It gets it all out of your head and down on paper or in your phone, but it takes it out of your head so that you don't have to think about it, and it lets a lot of the stress out of the system because you have it all down and you're organized and you're prepared. You can easily go to your planner or your calendar and just, check the boxes and make sure that you're on schedule and on task with doing whatever needs to be done. So that's a huge tip. And remember, that's like one of the first things. For whatever reason, it seems like when people get really busy, it goes out the window. That's probably one of the single most important things to do, is just keep yourself on task. That is huge for self-care, and it's not something that people think of when it comes to self-care. But it really is, because it takes the stress, it takes the thought out of the system, and allows our body to relax. So plan ahead, plan accordingly, use your calendars, use your agendas, write lists. Another huge item that tends to get thrown out the window when we get really, really busy is exercise. Yep, it's the one thing. It's like we're always looking for an excuse not to exercise. So when we get really busy, out goes the exercise. It's like one thing we want to cut out of our agenda. Please don't. It is so important that we keep up with our exercise regimen, especially if we are stressed and we're not feeling well because we're stressed. Because there is a relaxation hormone that kicks into place when we exercise. It's really calming and soothing, and it is a wonderful mood booster as well. So if you're stressed because you have a lot going on and things to do, exercise. If you are feeling a little bit down and a little bit glum because maybe you're not seeing family and friends that you would like to this holiday season, get out and get regular exercise. It will be relaxing and it will boost your mood. Plus, it is good for so many things in our body. In addition to that, one of the things that I really love about exercise is it is a type of meditation as well. So if you are a walker, a jogger, you've probably experienced this. It's very mind clearing and it is very calming to the mind as well. So keep exercise on your schedule. I want to share a little bit with you as well about the importance of water, especially during the holiday season when we're eating all kinds of different foods. We might be consuming more caffeine. We may be consuming a little bit more alcohol as well. It's very, very important to keep yourself hydrated with water. Caffeine actually dehydrates as well as alcohol. And it's so important to keep our system full of water. So ensure that you are drinking plenty of water throughout the holiday season. It will definitely help balance you. It will keep you hydrated and feeling well. If you can, try to find a natural spring water. That is the healthiest and most vibrant for your body. Because it's such a busy time of year, I want to ask, are you taking time for yourself? Do you have something on your calendar just for you that's relaxing, fulfilling, enjoyable? If not, I want you to highly consider finding some time for yourself. Yes, you deserve it. This is a busy time of year. It's very hard on us as well. Make sure that you find some time to do something for you when it comes to self-care. That's absolutely critical. Whether it be just scheduling some time to sit down with a friend and have some herbal tea and have a conversation and put the kids in daycare or with a sitter or whatever you need to do for a little bit of a time out, then please do that. It really helps us keep our mental mind clear, happy, and relaxed. Other wonderful things to do, which you may not normally think about, would be something along the lines of scheduling yourself for a massage during this time. I know it's probably the last thing that you would think about doing right before Christmas, but it's very relaxing and it just really helps us get through the next few days much calmer and much more at peace. And plus, it's only going to take about an hour or two out of your schedule. So instead of numbing out on TV or something else that you might do if you have any spare time, think about really tending to yourself and what you can do for yourself to really take care of your body. That may also be scheduling an extra yoga class, taking some more time to meditate, just getting outside and taking a walk in the fresh air, which really, really helps keep us grounded. But think about making sure that you have a little bit of time for yourself on your calendar this next week. It really helps keep our stress level down, and it's very, very calming to our system. And again, if you're an individual that unfortunately won't be seeing family and you're really struggling during this time, which often happens, make sure that you have some things on your calendar that are uplifting, that help you take good care of yourself. Again, like yoga, or perhaps you might want to take in a hike or a walk or get out and snowshoe or take a day to go skiing for the day. Make sure that you have something on your schedule to look forward to that is fulfilling, that helps you with your health and your peace of mind. And it doesn't have to be expensive at all. Taking a walk out in nature on a nice snowy path or just out in the nice crisp air is really, it doesn't cost a thing, and it does amazing wonders for our mood and for our soul. So make sure you have something on your calendar that's just for you. At the very least, you can even just take a nice quiet bath with candles and just take an hour, half an hour to relax and read. So there are many, many things that you can do to help rejuvenate your body during this very stressful time. One amazing way to really lift your spirits and fill your soul is just by giving back. This is an amazing time of year to give back, and it doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to even cost you money. A lot of people fill themselves with gratitude and joy just by simply volunteering their time. There are many places that would love to have you help volunteer at their facilities, whether it's food donations or whether it's spending time gift wrapping or whatever that may be. But check into your neighborhood communities and see where you might be able to donate some of your time and give back to your community. Additionally, if you're an individual that will be missing out on spending time with their loved ones during the holidays, there are other things that you can do that are almost as fulfilling. Perhaps schedule time to have a video chat or video call with family members. Today's technology, I would have to say, this is one huge blessing for our technology. I love being able to video chat with my family during the holiday times. If I can't be there, this is just almost as good, so definitely look into scheduling some time to video chat with your loved ones during the holidays. The point being, if we have a plan to get through the holidays, that takes a lot of the stress and the heartache out of this time period. Now, I want to jump back for a moment to gratitude, because this can be such a difficult time. It's really important that we focus on what we truly are grateful for. And when we reflect upon what we're grateful for, it helps just really fill ourselves with more love and compassion and understanding during this difficult time. Everyone can find something that they're grateful for. I challenge you to write down 3 things each day until Christmas or through the holiday season that you are grateful for each day. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to fill your soul and really create happiness. And lastly, I want to acknowledge the fact that the last couple years have been really, really difficult for so many people. Sadly, there's been lots of grief and lots of loss of life due to the current situation in the world at this time. If we are currently grieving a lost loved one, there are many different ways that we can celebrate Christmas and make it unique and honorable at the same time. Perhaps this is the year to light a candle for the individual that we are grieving, or even set a table place for them. That is perfectly fine, and it's a lovely way to honor them. Or maybe this is the year where you start an entirely new tradition. Perhaps you're going to go to somebody else's house for dinner instead of always hosting it at your own home. Or maybe you're going to celebrate by going out for dinner. The important thing is that you acknowledge your grief and you express your love and your honoring to your loved one. I like to think of the loved ones that are no longer with me as coming down from heaven and just being part of the party with us. Yes, we may not be able to see them, but they are definitely there in spirit, and they want us to be happy, and they want us to be filled with love and joy, and they are there. And they are with us. They are always with us. So whatever you do this holiday season, I wish you the very, very best. I hope that you find some time for self-care. You have a plan. You are prepared. You don't overindulge. And you have a merry, merry holiday. Thank you for listening to Spiritual Life Management. If you'd like to connect with me, your host, Gretchen Smith, you can connect with me on Instagram at Gretchen Smith Coaching, as well as you can visit my website at GretchenSmithCoaching.com, or you can follow me on Facebook at Spiritual Life Management. If you're looking for life coaching and you would like to work with me, please feel free to connect. You can reach me at GretchenSmithCoaching.com, or you can email me at GretchenSmithCoaching@gmail.com. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. You can do so on Spotify under the logo. Click follow or click the bell. Additionally, on Apple or iTunes, you can click in the top right-hand corner on the 3 little dots there, and you can follow. This ensures